anniversary. Alberta, fanfare and processional, and Canada. Alberta. Always back to letter B. Always back to letter B. Never go to A.
It is my pleasure to introduce a special and important addition to Convocation ceremonies that reminds us all of the ancestral lands of the First Peoples of Canada. This song is called a victory song that will start us off in a good way at every one of our Convocation ceremonies. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many victory songs that have been passed down through generations. These songs have a special power to them and therefore carry such great meaning, as this song correlates with the treaties signed with the Crown and the First Peoples of Canada. The treaties were arrangements signed as a foundation for ongoing relationships in understanding one another, so that we live together in a respectful relationship as we move forward together to advance reconciliation. We present this song to uplift the spirit and to encourage all of us to come together, sing, and dance in victory for the graduates' accomplishments. It is my pleasure today to introduce the victory song, and I extend gratitude to our traditional singers and cultural ambassadors, Lyle Tutusis, Monty Sunchild, Al Crawford, Adrienne Lachance, Colin Rain, and Jade Tutusis, who have pre-recorded this victory song for the U of A Convocation ceremonies. Please remain standing if you're able. Whatsoever things are true, a promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today, we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the University of Alberta and to our celebration of this afternoon. My name is Peggy Garrity, and I have the great privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta and conferring all of your degrees this afternoon. I'd like to acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and the homelands of the Métis. In stating this, we must recognize our responsibility in working in relationship alongside First Nation and Métis people and their communities on our way forward, and in good relations in uplifting the whole people for the next 7 generations and the university for tomorrow. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation, the first time we've gathered here in person since November 2019. And the first time that I, as Chancellor, have been able to actually look out and see all of you and have the chance to congratulate you on the stage today. I know it's an exciting day for all of you, but I have to say it's a really exciting day for me as well. Graduates, we're very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees. I'm looking right up to the top, and it's full house today. As you participate in today's ceremony, you're walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. And each of the traditions you see on the stage and throughout the ceremony today has a special meaning and significance. Today's formal opening procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, just as our university is today. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear the University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, those Oxford-style mortarboards, may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence. These symbols and traditions remind us of our connections to the past. But seeing your faces today and conferring your degrees is all about the future, about your futures and the future you will create for our communities and for the world. We'll hear from Ms. Kate Chisholm, Chair of the Board of Governors, and President and Vice Chancellor Bill Flanagan, who join me here today in recognizing your accomplishments. We're also joined by traditional knowledge keeper Donald Langford, who is here today to extend a special recognition to Indigenous members of our learning community. Distinguished guests on the convocation stage also include a number of community leaders, members of our faculty in the academy, and our college deans. I'm very pleased that deans and professors from our faculties of Graduate Studies and Research, Arts, and Agriculture, Life, and Environmental Sciences are here to congratulate each graduand as you cross the stage. We'll also hear from Mr. Rick Mercer, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of letters, our university's highest honor. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. And I'm so proud today, Rick, to be able to celebrate your honorary degree. Following the presentation of the honorary degree, we'll begin the recognition of your degrees. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it'll be your turn to be up here with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. And for everyone here, I know that that is going to be the most important part of the ceremony today. Your degree will actually be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on the stage. I've been advised that my hand would be awfully sore after shaking hands with thousands of graduates at 14 Convocation events. So I'd ask you please to just pause as you cross the stage and say hello so we can congratulate each and every one of you. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. We're all here to welcome you to our University of Alberta alumni family. I really hope that you enjoy the ceremony and the entire day. I'd like to start by inviting our board chair, Ms. Kate Chisholm, to bring greetings.
Eminent Chancellor Garrity, President Flanagan, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends. I'm very pleased to participate in this extremely special day on behalf of the Board of Governors, to bring the board's greetings and hearty congratulations. Today is a day of celebration, when the entire university community, along with your families and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2022. It's also a day to celebrate the university, which, by virtue of this marvelous milestone, has successfully provided you with the academic resources to support your engagement with issues and opportunities of 2022 and into the future. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves society forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You've been changed over your years at the U of A. The knowledge you've gained here will enable you to address society's issues, influence others, and shape our collective future. You're now the kind of citizen who will apply critical thought, share your knowledge, foster common understanding, and employ the skills you've gained here to better society in a competent, thoughtful, ethical, and engaged way today, tomorrow, and from now on. Our very heartfelt congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be very proud. Savor this success. Enjoy today, and we wish you the very best in your future.
Thank you, Kate. And now it's my pleasure to welcome President Flanagan to address Convocation.
First, let me begin by saying I know you're all really here to listen to Rick Mercer, and sadly, not the president. But notwithstanding, I'm going to give it my very best. First, let me just echo Chancellor Garrity's comments. As you may know, I've been in the role of president for 2 years, and last week and this week marked the very first time that as president I've been able to attend convocations in person. And I have to tell you, it's been thrilling, and I know this is a thrilling day for you, but I also wanted to share that it's a thrilling day for me. And I'd also like to express a very warm welcome to our honorary degree recipient and to our many guests in the audience. I see the house is full, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. It's all of you that we're here to celebrate today. And the journey you've made is one that is filled with excitement and exploration, but it's also one that can be arduous. What you've accomplished takes fortitude and commitment. Many late nights and early mornings, and what I'm sure were impressive amounts of caffeinated beverages, and the determination to persevere, even in the face occasionally of formidable odds and occasionally overwhelming workloads. And that's the journey experienced by the typical university graduate. But as we all know, your journey has been anything but typical. You've had to earn your degrees amid unprecedented global conditions during the past 2 years, and this has not gone unnoticed. On behalf of the University of Alberta, I want to offer our profound appreciation to each and every one of you. Throughout the many changes and challenges of the past 2 years, you have always been quick to adapt, you have been resilient, and above all, you have demonstrated your commitment to doing all we can to keep one another safe. Thank you, all of you. And in addition to managing through COVID, as you may have noticed, the university has been navigating its own rather challenging conditions in the past couple of years. And I'll restrain the urge to regale you with riveting tales about budget cuts and academic restructuring. But suffice it to say, the university has been on its own evolutionary journey in the past 2 years. There's still more work to be done, but having now implemented most of the major changes, I know that our university is prepared for the future. We are well positioned to continue stewarding this remarkable institution that has grown and endured and cultivated knowledge and ideas for 114 years. And throughout, our core mission has always remained unchanged: to build one of the world's great universities for the public good. And that's not mere rhetoric. There are many universities in the world doing meaningful work, but there are not many universities in the world doing globally recognized research on such a comprehensive array of some of the most significant challenges facing the world. Challenges like climate change, developing sustainable energy systems of the future, global food security, advancing and defending free and democratic societies committed to justice, equity, and opportunity for all, harnessing the potential of artificial intelligence to better society, and advancing human health and wellness in our local communities and around the world. I am proud to say that the University of Alberta is among a small handful of global universities with the research and teaching strength to make world-changing contributions to each and every one of these significant challenges. We are leading the way with purpose to develop solutions for our planet and our society. And perhaps one of the greatest challenges facing the globe is the urgent need to build a more inclusive and equitable world with opportunity for all in the face of mounting threats around the world to the core values of a free and democratic society. And this is where I believe our university community has such an important role to play, particularly the social sciences and humanities is represented. I'm assuming Faculty of Arts are all in white. I'm enormously proud of how the entire U of A community, where we are home to the Canadian Institute of Ukrainian Studies, has stood proudly with Ukraine as it fights bravely to preserve its own free and democratic society. I'm also proud of the university's new Indigenous strategic plan, outlining an ambitious vision for the meaningful inclusion of Indigenous peoples and Indigenous ways of knowing in all we do as a university community. The plan lays out the next stage in building and sustaining respectful and mutual relationships with Indigenous communities and knowledge keepers. It will support the participation of Indigenous faculty, staff, and students in the university's offerings and make space for Indigenous ways of knowing and the indigenization of curricula and research. The plan will help us hold ourselves accountable to the goals that we've set together. And another major challenge facing the globe is that of food security. And this is where our strength in natural and applied science is represented by our Faculty of AILS, I assume appropriately in green today, have such an important role to play. The work that we're doing in sustainable agriculture and animal science will help to feed the world's growing population in an environmentally sustainable way. That's what sets our university apart, our impact in the world and the difference that we make. And this is no better demonstrated than in the recent Times Higher Education Impact Ranking. This ranking is the only global performance measure that assesses universities against the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including ending poverty, ending world hunger, climate action, and sustainable land use. I am proud to report that among over 2,000 universities worldwide, this year, the University of Alberta came in at number 11. This is the impact that we're having in Alberta in Canada and around the world. In the latest QS World University Rankings, just published last week, hot off the press, one of the most influential rankings in the world. And the University of Alberta jumped 16 spots in 1 year, which I can tell you is unheard of. And we now rank number 110 in the world among the top 8% of the world's universities. A powerful measure of our reputation and impact around the globe. And yet, our most significant impact is represented by all of you here today. That is our graduates. Undoubtedly, the University of Alberta's most significant contribution to society and to the world is the remarkable talent of our graduates and all of the incredible things that you will do as you embark on this next chapter in your lives. You are the problem solvers and the change makers. You are the builders and thinkers and leaders who will help find our way through the world's thorniest issues. You're the ones who will bring new energy and fresh ideas to the great debates and challenges of our times. We can't wait to learn about all of the amazing ways you will use your skills and knowledge and curiosity to shape our evolving economy, nurture our fragile planet, and build a stronger and more just society. We know it's not going to take you long before you make a real difference when you walk out these doors today, and we could not be more proud of you. So today, we celebrate your achievements, the bright futures that lie ahead as part of a growing and global University of Alberta family. Congratulations.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, it is my privilege to introduce Rick Mercer for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters, our institution's highest honor. Mr. Mercer is a comedian, television personality, political satirist, and author who has made indelible contributions to Canadian culture. A native of St. John's, Newfoundland, he is best known for his work on the CBC television comedy shows This Hour Has 22 Minutes, Made in Canada, and The Rick Mercer Report. He is also an author of 4 books, all national bestsellers. Mr. Mercer has received 30 Gemini and Canadian Screen Awards for his work in television. His CBC television special, Talking to Americans, remains the highest-rated Canadian comedy special ever, with 2.7 million viewers. He serves on the board of directors of Historica Canada, an organization dedicated to promoting Canadian history, identity, and citizenship, most famously through its series of Heritage Minute vignettes. He is recipient of the Governor-General's Performing Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement, an honorary colonel of the Royal Canadian Air Force's 423rd Maritime Helicopter Squadron, and an officer of the Order of Canada. Mr. Mercer chronicles, satirizes, and ultimately celebrates all that is great about Canada. A longtime CBC executive, George Anthony, once noted, Mercer used his weekly television platform to bring viewers to large and small communities across our nation, giving us exceptional insights into the lives of our fellow Canadians and the visual delights of the towns and cities that they live in. Mr. Mercer's top-rated, award-winning show, The Rick Mercer Report, featured his trademark rants, satirical newscasts, commercial parodies, and comic encounters with famous Canadians. More than any other comedian, he talked to Canadian newsmakers with refreshing candor. He is uniquely able to spin hilarity from people, things, and events that are embedded in our national consciousness. Equally important has been Mr. Mercer's advocacy for and support of humanitarian and social justice causes. These include supports for individuals living with AIDS and HIV, gay and lesbian youth facing bullying, and family and friends of 2S LGBTQ+ people in Canada. Mr. Mercer is also co-founder of Spread the Net, a charity that engaged students from across the country to prevent the spread of malaria. Over the years, students raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the cause, contributing to delivering over 19 million bed nets to families in Africa and protecting the lives of 41 million people. Today, we honor Rick Mercer's dedication to public service, his stellar work ethic, his brilliant use of comedy, and his unflagging commitment to entertain viewers from coast to coast to coast. We recognize his outstanding support for humanitarian and social justice causes, and we celebrate his enduring commitment to share the stories of Canadians. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Rick Mercer.
Rick Mercer, in recognition of indelible contributions to Canadian culture and to supporting and celebrating the stories of Canadians across the country and around the world, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Thank you and congratulations.
I know what you're thinking. My God, what happened to him? The vaccine did this. Eminent Chancellor, which, by the way, is an amazing title, like Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Senate. Eminent Chancellor, President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I cannot tell you what an honor it is to be standing here with you today. Quite frankly, after the last 2 years, it's an honor to be anywhere. Just being out of the house wearing pants in public, it's a big day. But isn't it great that we get to do this finally together in person? Isn't it great? But let me assure you, as an amateur historian, as odd as the last few years have felt for you as students, all the hoops that you had to jump through, this is not and has not been the weirdest period in human history. Not gonna lie, it's way up there. Maybe top 3, maybe even top 2. Who am I kidding? Nothing has been weirder than the last couple of years. But you triumphed, you finished your education, and it is my great honor as a fellow graduate to be here with you, graduates who've worked so hard and sacrificed so much. Obviously, you did all the work, I did nothing. You know how when you're growing up, people say nothing is going to be handed to you on a silver platter? Me getting a doctorate is about as close as it gets. Now, before we get going, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge the people that are in this room that are bursting with pride to see you graduate today. So many people in this room have known you and wished this for you your entire life. So many people in this room have known you your entire life, and because of that, they never believed that this day would ever come. So graduates, let's take a moment and thank the people that helped us get to where we are today, whether they're here in person or in spirit. Family, friends, you can breathe now. It's going to be all about them. My fellow graduates, if you are lucky, someday in your life, much further down the road, near the end of your career, hopefully not the end of your career, you will find yourself sitting down at a computer and you will be Googling the phrase, how to write a university convocation address. You'll find several articles. They'll all pretty much say the same thing. They'll say, please be brief. They will remind you that the young people in the audience at the convocation, they've got a lot going on, a lot of balls in the air, they've got a lot on their mind. Also, at least 1 or 2 of them are hopelessly hungover. If that's you, just bear with me. The articles will then go on to tell you that your job as the addressee is very simple. You are to inspire these graduates and then give them some nugget that you have learned in your life that they can use in their life as they go forward. So here goes, the inspirational part. Recently, I wrote a book. I don't bring that up because I want you to read the book. I assume most of you already had. From what I gather, you're a highly educated, learned bunch with great taste, so perhaps you have. No, I bring up the fact that I wrote a book because my advice to you today is that you should all write a book. And like me, make it a memoir. And you should start as soon as possible. When you go home tonight, before you go to sleep, just start writing it down. Just start writing down your earliest memories, and then just touch on all the key moments in your life that brought you to this moment of accomplishment. Because if you sit down and you start to reflect on your life in that way, you will realize you're reflecting in your life in a way that perhaps you never have. I know that's certainly what I experienced when I decided to write a book. And I look back on a life filled with ups and downs, successes and failures, all the messy stuff that goes with a life well lived, I hope. And I realized, above all else, that I was incredibly lucky. And I always knew I was lucky. I was a Canadian who was making a living in show business. That is the definition of lucky. But everyone in this room is lucky. The fact that you are here in Canada makes you very lucky. Whether this is your permanent home or this is just the home you studied in, you are lucky. And you're graduating from one of the finest universities in the world. And how lucky are you to be armed with one of the greatest educations in the world and to be living in this country at this very point in human history? because there is no better point to be setting out on this adventure than right now. And there's always going to be people who say, oh no, now is not the time. Now is not the time to be entering the workforce. Now is not the best time to be starting a business. Oh, now is not the best time to be starting a family. Oh, now is not the best time to be a man. Now is not the best time to be a woman, or both. Who's to say? When you hear people say these things, ignore them. This is the best time because this is your time. And believe me, as an old guy, I can assure you, and I'm speaking on behalf of all the other old guys and old gals up there, any one of us would trade places with any one of you in a heartbeat. I would trade places with any one of you in the blink of an eye. I mean, I would like to keep my money, but you get my point. I'd trade places with you because I'm so excited what's in store for you. And I'm so excited that many of you have no idea what's in store for you. And that many of you are going to end up in careers that don't even exist right now. And I know all of you will end up doing things that you never imagined that you would possibly do. I know that was true in my life. I know it will be true in your life. If, and it's a big if, you remain open to change and open to challenges. Open to a challenge. It's very easy. The easiest way to challenge yourself is to have other people do it for you. And the way you do that is surround yourself with people who challenge you. Remember this. If you consistently find that you're the smartest person in the room, find another room. And now you face the daunting task of figuring it out what it is that lies ahead of you, what the next steps are going to be. Well, take solace in the fact that you are prepared. My God, you've got a lot of information in your heads. As of today, you even have a piece of paper that attests to the fact that you have information in your heads. But also know this, and this is very important, embrace the fact that there is so much that you don't know. When you were young, when you were starting out, believe me, sometimes what you don't know is a secret weapon. When I was like 20, 21 years of age, I was living in my hometown of St. John's, Newfoundland, and I was living the dream. I was working in the theater, which is where I wanted to be. I was trying to write plays in my part-time. I had a comedy troupe. Things were going great. I was washing dishes to pay the bills. And I was given the opportunity to write a one-man show and do it not in St. John's, but in the nation's capital, to take it to Ottawa. And when that opportunity came along, I said yes in a heartbeat. I said yes without even thinking. I said yes despite the fact I had never written a one-person show. I had never been in a one-person show. I had never stood alone on a stage for that long. I had no idea what I was doing. And also, we had to open in exactly 6 weeks. Now, the problem is, 6 weeks is not enough time to do what I just described. It can't be done. You ask anyone in the business, and they will tell you it can't be done. Everyone in the know knew it couldn't be done. Thing was, I wasn't in the know. I didn't know any better. So I said, yes, I'm in. Then with the help of a director who honestly, he didn't know any better either, believe it or not, we pulled it off. We created a nice little show. And then speaking of luck, along came a massive national unity crisis that shook the nation to its very core. Just so happens that was what my show was about. So that nice little show grew into a very large show that toured across the entire country. And I played it 6, 7 nights a week for the next year. And every single good thing that happened in my career, including being here tonight, can be traced back to that show. And I thank my lucky stars every single day that I said yes to that opportunity, because if I knew then what I know now, I would have said no. And my life would have been very different. Thank God I didn't have the sense to say no. And this is why young people starting out have a huge capacity to change the world. Young people, young terrified people, young nervous people, young people who have no idea what's going to happen next, they have been changing the world forever. When you picture Alexander Graham Bell, like me, you probably pictured some wizened old man from your grade 8 history text. Except Alexander Graham Bell was in his early 20s when he patented the telephone. Banting and Best began producing insulin in their early 20s. Microsoft and Apple, founded by people in their 20s. Mary Curie had her first groundbreaking thoughts on making the atom divisible in her 20s. And who can dispute the impact that a young woman like Malala has had on the world? And we need more of that. And that's where you come in. This is your time. Please embrace it. Your job is simple: to fix the world and the country that you are inheriting. Piece of cake. Now, for those of you following along, that was the inspiring part. Now comes the part where I impart to you some piece of wisdom drawn from my life that you will rely on for the rest of your natural lives. Here it comes. Fellow graduates, at some point in your life, no doubt, you will be required to check into a hotel room. When you get into said hotel room, immediately go into the bathroom, pull back the shower, and look at the soap. If it's wrapped in plastic or paper, you want to open that right away while your hands are dry. You don't want to find yourself in the shower a couple of hours down the road trying to get that sucker open with wet hands. Also, in that same hotel room, there is a hook on the back of the bathroom door. Do not, under any circumstances, place any of your personal items on that hook. If you do, you will never, ever see them again. There is no such thing as lost and found. That is a myth. If you take nothing away from this weekend other than those two pieces of advice, I just saved you a world of grief. But I'm going to wrap up by referencing someone far smarter and wiser than me, the American singer-songwriter Warren Zevon, who was also asked to impart some wisdom, not to a graduating class, but I guess to the world at large. It was not at a convocation. It was during an appearance on the David Letterman show. At the time of his appearance, Warren Zevon knew that his time on this earth was very short. Very, very short. He had an unlucky diagnosis and his time was limited. And he was asked a question that millions of people in his position have been asked before, knowing that he was at the end of his life. What lessons had he learned? And he said, just one. And his answer is as good as any I have ever heard. The best advice yet. He said, Dave, enjoy every sandwich. I'm going to leave you with that. Enjoy every sandwich. If you can do that, everything else is gravy. In conclusion, to the class of 2022, go forward and have fun. And as you go through life, the rules of camping apply. Please leave this place in a better shape than when you found it. Here's to your wonderful future. Along the way, please, as I mentioned earlier, please fix my country. Always remember what I said about the hook on the bathroom door and what Warren Zevon had to say about life. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Rick. I have no words to come back on that one. That is just absolutely what you just saw, what we all experience is exactly what we expect and want from Rick every time. Those wonderful pieces of comedy mixed with things that are just so implicitly true. So thank you so much, Rick. We invite you now to sign our honor roll. That's the next step.
I'm not picking up the bill here, am I?
No.
Thank you very much.
That makes it official. You are now a member of the University of Alberta class of 2022. Welcome to the family, Rick. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduand is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees and will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you'll also walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death, and I'm very relieved to tell you that is no longer the case. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge. and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting all of you up on the stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise if you are able. You will be asked to provide a spoken response for the pledge with the President, which will appear on the screen shortly. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Now, to our graduates, when you respond to the pledge, I want to hear the rafters of the Jubilee rattle. Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? Ah, well done, I heard a rattle.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Steve Patton and Professor Samar Adib, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Emrah Keskin. Kanike Kusanova Mukhtarova. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Arts, Matthew Aaron Arkenstall. Jolie Frances Bragg. Jonathan Gerard Brewer. Megan Lynn Cardy. Melanie Grace Dene. Joanna Guy. Amissa Ann Jablonski. Jesse Leo Aurel Michaud. Andrew James Richards. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Music, Alexandra Jean Brigley. Kathy Haddadkar. Simone Marie Willman. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Steve Patton, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors, and recipient of the Dr. John MacDonald Medal in Arts, and the Samuel M. Strong Medal in Sociology, Jessica Reiko Frankowitz with first-class honors. Jessica is also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research, a certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning, and a certificate in International Learning.
Jessica Frankowitz is this year's recipient of the Dr. John MacDonald Medal in Arts. It is given by the Faculty of Arts to the graduating student that has shown the highest distinction in scholarship in the Bachelor of Arts Honors Program. The award was endowed in memory of Dr. John MacDonald, a former chair of the Department of Philosophy and Psychology and a former dean of the Faculty of Arts and Science. Jessica has excelled academically during her time at the University of Alberta, receiving numerous awards and scholarships, including the Canadian Sociological Association's Outstanding Graduating Sociology Student Award 2022. She also showed an impressive commitment to the campus community, volunteering with 3 student groups on campus since 2008. Jessica completed a number of certificates while studying for her degree, including the Community Engagement and Service Learning Certificate, which involved at least 100 hours of community engagement incorporated into her classes. The Pathways program, which allowed her to intern with Metro Cinema and the Center for Global Education, a certificate in international learning, and a certificate in applied social science research. Upon graduation, Jessica plans to pursue a master's degree. She's excited to discover more about herself through travel, creative writing, and through her work in community engagement. Congratulations, Jessica.
Ayomide Danielle Adedon with first-class honors. Ayomide is also receiving a research certificate in arts. Quesel Alberto Arazamendez Bessa with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Matthew Donald Boonstra. Also receiving a certificate in ethics, Karl Wilhelm Brandenburg with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in peace and post-conflict studies, Thomas Brown with first-class honors. Thomas is also receiving the Duncan Alexander McGibbon Medal in political science. Receiving a research certificate in arts and a certificate in applied social science research, Jalen Hannah Cassidy with first-class honors. Ginny Kim Chong with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in peace and post-conflict studies, a certificate in global citizenship, and a certificate in civil military leadership, Kyle William Daniel with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Shanella Danielle Sanchez David with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in ethics and a certificate in international learning, Jonah Shepard Gracie Dunch. Faye Jerulen Lebes Gelvizon with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Erin Deborah Greeno with first-class honors. Abigail Miriam Isaac with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Kisha Leota Kavia with first-class honors. Sarah Lynn Kenyon with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Kaylin Arthur Kopp with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts and a certificate in applied social science research, Zoe Quinn Liston. Manaur Audi with distinction. Receiving a certificate in globalization and governance and a certificate in international learning, Brianna Marie Serena Crawford Longworth with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in international learning, Sanjam Man. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Taylor Nicole Melvey with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in applied social science research and a research certificate in arts, Emma Claire Monahan with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in applied social science research and a research certificate in arts, Sarah Michelle Monsión Sepulveda with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Samantha Lee Newman with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Peyton Keith Northcott with first-class honors. Julie Alice Olson with first-class honors. Leah Francesca Pagano. Mitchell Daniel Pollock with first-class honors. Kyle Evan Paziak with first-class honors. Zachary Sambare Penda. Also receiving a research certificate in arts and a certificate in applied social science research, Madeline Grace Peters with first-class honors. Monica Pitnack with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in translation studies, Amalia Rahoven. Ana Sofia Romero with first-class honors. Stephanie Grace Shin with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in Peace and Post-Conflict Studies, Nancy Lynn Skorabach with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research and a research certificate in arts, Dani Luigi Leonor Tiemann. Also receiving a certificate in ethics, John Carlo Perez Undalak with first-class honors. Vivian C.Y. Wong with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research and a research certificate in arts, Emily Bridget Young with first-class honors. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Natasha Viola Yan Apt. Christian Genogaling Acosta. Sharmin Ahmed. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Jana Hassan Al-Hamouri. Kaylin Hussein Al-Halabi. Abdelrahman Amar. Samantha Catherine Aneka with distinction. Rebecca Yaneth Arevalo. Aislinn Jordan Armstrong. Sumaya Asaf. Janine Sarinas Asuncion. Cassandra Megan Bain. Also receiving a certificate in Peace and Post-Conflict Studies, Sahib Singh Bains with distinction. Karen Gia Suarez Baldueza with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in Indigenous Governance and Partnership, Van Michael Beaulieu Mercredi. Samuel Ernst Belter with distinction. Jaden Kathleen Betcher with distinction. Listina Devi Bhagawan with distinction. Asha Abdirasak Billy. Holly Erica Billingsley with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research, Emma Elizabeth Bittner. Sabrina Rose Blank. William Blimke. Rebecca Jean Broaddus. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Bailey Ray Brockman with distinction. Cassidy Mary Busick. Noor Elaine Bashra. Also receiving a certificate in global citizenship and a certificate in peace and post-conflict studies, Alyssa Desta Clara Butler with distinction. Receiving a certificate in global citizenship and a certificate in international learning, Aldos Christian Bernardo Cabaron with distinction. Marina Gail Kane with distinction. Stephanie Joy Kalakal. Nandini Chandra. Weng On Chia. Shi Chen. Angelica Maria Chia Ortiz. Priscilla Han-A Cho. Da-Un Choi with distinction. Un-Min Chung with distinction. Zachary Sambo Penda with first-class honors. Jaden Ann Cook. Danielle Anita Cote. Moriah Jordan Crocker. Natanya Cummings. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Samir Dada. Sarah Marie Dajne with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in translation studies, Cassidy Sean Daniel. Heather Francis Daniel. Raisa Dawood with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Amanda DeBoer with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership, Maria Julia Nicole Ramos de Grano. Hannah Sigua de Jesus. Isabella de Viviro with distinction. Catherine Grace Dellinger with distinction. Brendan Alex Darren. Jasnoor Kaur Dillon with distinction. Chloe Selena Dizon with distinction. Megan Nicole Drever with distinction. Cassidy Lorraine Duda. Marian Dango. Juliana Isabella Dahl Durham with distinction. Michael David Edwards. Dorothy Ann Eamon with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in international learning and a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Katrina Bernardo Elazar with distinction. Miriam Elkadash. Amina El-Taras. Also receiving a certificate in translation studies, Sofia Alexandra Estrada. Alexi Moses Fabia. Nicole Elizabeth Fauser with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in globalization and governance and a certificate in translation studies, Kara Charmaine Folk. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Katie Ward Freut with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research, Chantel Rayanne Freitas with distinction. Laura Anastasia Friedrich with distinction. Kenzie Morgan Gannon with distinction. Mylis Celia Garcia Hernandez. Samantha Jane Gayad. Paneet Kaur Gill. Bryn Alice Gocher. Yishuan Sharon Gong. Heather Mary McDougall Gordon. Also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research, Shinal Shiana Gounder with distinction. Andrew David Grabia. Aurora Graham with distinction. Daman Kaur Grewal with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning and a certificate in Sustainability, Simran Kaur Grewal with distinction. Supreet Grewal. Jacob Durand Groshek. Brianna Dawn Grundy with distinction. Jessica Tinyi Ha with distinction. Betiel Hailu. Receiving a certificate in Globalization and Governance and a certificate in Peace and Post-Conflict Studies, Braden Jacob Hammond with distinction. Michelle Jongwoo Han with distinction. Shiraz Hassanain with distinction. Hannah Marie Hogan with distinction. Allison Hoke. Colin David Heslop with distinction. Mariah Christie Hess with distinction. Annika Page Hill. Also receiving a certificate in Applied Social Science Research, Sarah Marianne Hill with distinction. Ella Sarah Hersekorn with distinction. Talia Maris Patricia Hope Howell Matwichuk with distinction. Pei Shu Huang. Sarah Charlie-Ann Hubert with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in ethics, a certificate in international learning, and an honors medal in philosophy, Jonah Shepard Gracie Dunch with first-class honors. Katrina Maria Lashinsky Hurley with distinction. Sajida Hussain. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Salma Abdurrahman Ibrahim. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Nicole Emilia Irvin with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Adriana Elise Jacobs. Matthew Brett Jameson. Harry Gion. Ha-In Jin. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Dharma Ann Johnson with distinction. Emma Alexandra Jones with distinction. Tristan Braden Jones. Joanna Mary Kasunaran Juta. Samira Janan Kabani. Simon Kasai with distinction. Amanda Kamvangza with distinction. Olsen Jordi Kibamba. Holly Oriane Esme Kibbins with distinction. Cassidy Janelle Kears. Kirk Matthew Kindelman. Danita Nasra Nakayisa Kiramira. Charissa Faith Lynn Kleckner. Carolyn Nancy Kostick with distinction. Brittany Michelle Cott. Grayson Donald Curiata with distinction. Catherine Vera Labe with distinction. Rylan Shay Lang. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Autumn Page Lang. Tova Haotang Lao with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in ethics, Caitlin Delaney Legg. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Taya Megan Lewis. Myron Zheyi Liu with distinction. Hannah Morgan Constance Laguri. Sean Martin Liss with distinction. Gabrielle Loughlin with distinction. Manting Dui. Rianne Louise Makatanai. Laurel Ryan McDonald. Andrew Donald Ma. Taman Kaur Mahal. Receiving a certificate in globalization and governance, a certificate in peace and post-conflict studies, Alden Trevor Mudflager with distinction. Jasprit Kaur Malhi. Deanna Marie Manning. Kalin Manostoika with distinction. Kaya Mary Mara. Isabel Tyrion Irene McGowan. Emily Sharon Nancy Meads Churchill. Jillian Sylvia Jean Metcalf with distinction. Georgina Elizabeth Michel. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Aidan Thomas Mines. Larissa Marie Mitchell with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Habiba Mohammed. Jasmine Molnar with distinction. Trinity Nicole Moore. Justin Robert Morlock with distinction. Nirti Nishita Mudliar. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Garen Davis Mulick. And Mosi Warwo with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Ayman Naeem with distinction. Receiving a certificate in globalization and governance and a certificate in international learning, Shalom Haili Nazgi. Kalia Janelle Nathu with distinction. Caitlin Chia No with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Aidan Joel Nichols. Jing Ning. Osatane Adeze Osamagbe Noma Owens. Abdurrahman Omar with distinction. Aline Yarazo. Braden Connor Edward O'Boyle. Brid Aidan O'Driscoll with distinction. Aisha Abdullahi Omar. Receiving a certificate in global citizenship, a certificate in globalization and governance, a certificate in peace and post-conflict studies, and a certificate in international learning, Asma Abdullah Omar. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Osaruga Olasola Omagiate. Taylor Ann Ostafachuk. Oluwatomisin Oyabalani Oyenekan. Amy Elaine Pananin. Ben Joshua Palmer. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, a certificate in international learning, and a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Brianna Carly Palmer. Miao Chang Pang. Rachel Stephanie Popolkas. Angela Park. Hannah Adele Patry. Receiving certificates in peace and post-conflict studies, a certificate in globalization and governance, in global citizenship, and a certificate in ethics. Gabriel Angelo Cagayan Pachardo with distinction.
Noah James Perea. Daniela Perez Osoria. Tan Ko Pham Nguyen. J. Augustus Daniel Pigeon with distinction. Emily Paige Pinkowski with distinction. Raina Elizabeth Paholko with distinction. Justine Joyce Prieto. Michaela Rea Present. Sabrina Kubad with distinction. Sarah Mae Quinlan with distinction. Ashvarya Rai. Emily Marie Ray. Tyra Mackenzie Reed with distinction. Abby Elizabeth Reed. Sarah Kathleen Rezazadeh. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Rina Ryu. Michaela Leanne Ritchie with distinction. Ellen Page Rogers. Darby Marie Ride with distinction. Kindra Sarah Monique Scott. Zenia Alit Cyril. Kushbu Sharma. Cody Tyler Sigmund. Ganeet Singh. Also receiving a certificate in translation studies, Anastasia Soychuk. Sophia Cernich with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Jaslyn Sierra Steinbach with distinction. Nozomi Sugimoto. Jeffrey, go ahead. Jeffrey Warren Swanson with distinction. Ghazal Taheri. Momina Binte Timor with distinction. Vibi Tandon, also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning. Charmaine Ching Ching Tang. Li Yi Tang. Yushi Tang. Briar Tayag. Mia Bridget Taylor with distinction. Ina Santilana Tejol with distinction. Chloe Tess Thurston with distinction. Ting Qian. Also receiving a certificate in applied social science research, Rachel Tu with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Megan Carol Uglum with distinction. Belinda Uwasa. Natasha Paige Vanderveen with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in translation studies, Olivia Van Landegem with distinction. Lance Ben Flores Villaflor with distinction. Adil Salim Virani. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Annie Elspeth Collins Wakowicz with distinction. Brenna Morgan Trinity Wallace with distinction. UK Wong. Sabrina Laurie Warbeck. Madeline Page Ware with distinction. Hebak Warsame. Mackenzie Victoria Williams. Also receiving a research certificate in arts, Gloria Shu-Tsi Wong. Zoe Marie Woolsey. Adelaide Rose Wright with distinction. Chen Shu. Haley Yang. Jason Yang. Billy Ann Yee. Chiu Hua Yu with distinction. Wen Kai Yuan with distinction. Rain Zode with distinction. Catherine Ching Zhang. Qian Yu Ju. Ryan Zia. Elena Zivkovic with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Music, Brianna Jordan Bolt. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Julian Donald Evaneshan. Also receiving a Bachelor of Education, Chelsea Bianca Goulet. Alessandra Maria Iani, with distinction. Ashley Dawn Keenan, with distinction. Alicia Madison Cripps, with distinction. Allison Lee, with distinction. Recipient of Our Outstanding Vocalist, Erin Marie Moore, with distinction.
Moreland.
Isabella Marie Moreland, with distinction. Melody Ray Juco Pete, with distinction. Justin Stephen Powley, with distinction. Anna Veronica Priolo Marin, with distinction. Emily Margaret Sampson. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminology, Sanam Banahi. Julia Barrier, with distinction. Gabrielle Janine Marie Blais, with distinction. Lana Fayed, with distinction. Gabrielle Brigitta Funk de Rocic. Grasson Rose Gall, with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Ali Medina Hamden, with distinction. Leah Barbara Hillaby. Anjali Joshi, with distinction. Mariska Lucia Connick, with distinction. Sherry Lee, with distinction. Anthony Stephen McLaughlin. Svetlana Okovaki, with distinction. Michelle Grace Palmquist, with distinction. Vitor de Oliveira Pereira. Viratore Rasuena. Nicole Rose Riggins. Jenna Rain Sabro, with distinction. Recipient of a Catherine McLean Scholarship in Arts, Kennedy Victoria Sanderson, with distinction. Elise Nicole Jacqueline Seeley, with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Stanford Blade and Professor Samir Adib, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences and Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Khushwant Singh Bolar. Patience Coleman. Kenneth Jared Foth. Andrew Forgy. Razak Oduro. Cameron Alexander Olson. Amritha Jaya Prasad. Felicitas Charai. Jiying Wang. Barun Kumar Yadav. Yihan Zhao. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Rihanna Mies Koons. Jessica Jean Marie Cortez. Hannah Marie Cunningham. Ronnie Olympia Fedoric. Andrea Christine Miller. Damaris Chinwendu Okafor. Katya Lee Sholey. Heather Hillary So. Kyle Douglas Wheeler. Fu Yao Zhou. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Agriculture, Lindsay Ann Vanderhoek. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Stanford Blade, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Health, the recipient of Governor General's Silver Medal and the Dean's Medal in Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences, Emily Diane Picklick, with distinction.
Emily Picklick is one of 3 recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. The Governor General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious academic award and are donated by the Governor General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. Emily is also this year's recipient of the Dean's Medal in Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences. This is awarded to the graduating student with the highest academic standing in the final 2 years of the program. The medal is annually donated by the Faculty of Agriculture, Life, and Environmental Sciences. Throughout her education at the University of Alberta, Emily has received countless awards and scholarships, including the Stetson Scholarship in Agriculture and the McCarty-Stephenson Award in Agricultural Science. On campus, she was a member of the Ailes Pre-Vet Club, and in the community, she volunteers with the Little Bits Riding Club at the White Mud Equine Center. She was also a music volunteer at the Grey Nuns Hospital during the first 1.5 years of her degree. Upon graduation, Emily is planning on pursuing dentistry. As a child, she was missing her front teeth and underwent implants. and the experience was impactful and formative, and she would like to help others who are going through similar journeys. So congratulations, Emily.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honors, Cassidy Amanda Auld with distinction. Pauline Chan. Yun Chen. Jiqian Jiang with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Danica Raven Marie Andriette. Adrian Joseph Mendoza Conde. Kristen Nicole Gelly with distinction. Alyssa Henderson with distinction. Colton Richard James Leslie. Grace Elizabeth Annie Nimco. Edith Elizabeth Wilhelmina Peters with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Maya Pajic. Tristan Edmund Dean Rasmussen. Tamarin Jaden Schmidt. Jody Elise Siemens. Michelle Emily Tran with distinction. Leah Jennifer Trenson with distinction. Brandon William Wagner with distinction. Colleen Stephanie Wiring. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Fergus Michael McSween with distinction. Ethan David Ramsfield with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Food Business Management, Ariel Gao. Today's recipient of a Medal in Food Science, Nathania Hallam, with distinction. Chen Yu Wu. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Conservation Sciences, Nicole Marion Berg, with distinction. Lauren Emily Rose Birch. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Elliot Broddick Bowe, with distinction. Victoria Lee Collin. Jessica Amanda Chandel, with distinction. Devin Michael Iwashu, with distinction. Mackenzie Jocelyn Fairgrieve, with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Si Yu Feng. Taylor Lena Elizabeth Fenton, with distinction. Elizabeth Grace Flores. Olivia Nicole Handel with distinction. Jessica May Hermary with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Angelica Huynh. Connor Oren Johnson. Catherine Johnson with distinction. Catherine May Jessica Johnson. Tanushi Khanna. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Kyra Irene Konowalik. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Carter Scott Kuiper with distinction.
This is me.
Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Kaylee McCloy Lean. Arvin Shin Shi Lim. Also receiving a certificate in Indigenous Governance and Partnership, Heather Alexandria Lindsay. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Ariana Lynn Lugman. Renee Martins. Latia Chenoa Northwest. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Danielle Emily Marie Patzer. Jared Anthony Randall with distinction. Abigail Clara Raylau with distinction. Nigel Gideon Rousseau. Melissa Ann Sedgwick. Ashwat Sharma. Annika Jean Stadelweiser with distinction. Olawale Abudan Talabi. Kate Lorene Thompson. Bianca Alexandra Unro with distinction. Shayla June Watson. Lucas Clayton Wessner with distinction. Corey Jean White. Feng Shui Zhang.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Ecology, Kathleen Krista Ferrer. A recipient of a Warren W. and Ida E. Prevey Memorial Medal in Home Economics, Gemma Ruth Prabhu Forgi with distinction. Gemma is also receiving a certificate in sustainability. Sydney Mary Emma Hildebrandt. Elissa Lee with distinction. Evelyn Selma Leong with distinction. Mingyang Ma. Madeline Ellen Annie Robenhar with distinction. Kaylee Montana White. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forest Business Management, Taylor Isaiah Cloney. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Health, Piera Angotti with distinction. Shuyu Annabelle Chung. Jenna Elizabeth Craven. Rachel Erin Deaver with distinction. Amar Mohammed Effendi with distinction. Michaela Ileana Iwasiak with distinction. Caitlin Miranda Falconer. Rhea Elaine Hernandez Feliciano. Lisette Shailene Gervais with distinction. Kendra Helen Gillette. Lindsay Amber Hampton. Justine Michelle Klaus with distinction. Kyle McCord with distinction. Morgan Nora McLean with distinction. Demi Lee Meyer. Deanna Faye Minkin with distinction. Kirsten Emma Moline with distinction. Isabel Cristina Paz Vivas. Hope Lynn Tanasichuk with distinction. Chantel Onra with distinction. Kendra Angela Welk. Megan Catherine Witachowski with distinction. Jiahua Zhou. Nusha Zorko. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies, Yaji Guan. Yunshang Ko. Yang Li. Kira Megan Ostrasser with distinction. Roshin Wang. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Food Science, Ahmad Al-Hariri with distinction. Bashar Al-Diab with distinction. Arena Janine Anderson with distinction. Dania Atik. Yushi Ba. Nicolas René Bastain with distinction. Xiu Ching Chik. Isabella Maria Di Dominicis Barrios with distinction. Lin Din with distinction. Nicole Chan. Kayla Jessica Evans. Haley Adele Federick. Michael Elliott Fouts. Megan Cindy Fung. Caitlin Ezrella Gann with distinction. Taylor Brittany Gussie. Taryn Ellie Hockey with distinction. Gurveen Kaur Jaggi. Diana Cerise Ketsa. Annika Krizan with distinction. Dina Jarrell Levasseur with distinction. Amy Lee Lipsy with distinction. Shejian Yu. Yu Chen Yu. Jonette Lowe with distinction. Abby Kathleen Marks with distinction. Judith Erica McNichol with distinction. Enyu Meng. Jashuan Meng. Receiving a certificate in international learning, Hunter Jordan Mercer with distinction. Brianne Marie Mercier with distinction. Julia Devon Lorraine Moore. Dinbao An Win. William Patrick Emery Patterson. Brianne Taylor Popowich with distinction. Miranda Nadine Pullen with distinction. Darian Rikoski with distinction. Elora Ann Ryder with distinction. Anna Marie Rosendahl with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability and certificate in international learning, Tessa Elizabeth Miranda Sotner. Ariam Samara with distinction. Shaoxin Sun. Recipient of an Amy M. Coates Memorial Medal in Foods and Nutrition, Megan Sarah Sitt with distinction. Gina Marine Adelia Sosnowski with distinction. Jean Victoria Sambilla. Grace Cecilo. Tian Tian. Avery Sharon Toll with distinction. Laura Nicolette Velkoff with distinction. Mary Vith. Wanran Wang. Janelle Robin Williams. Grace Amelia Warbeck. Lisha Yi. Jiabao Zhang. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Jihan Zhao. Xiu Zhu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Fashion Business Management, Lucas Michael Arbor-Nago. Liana Marie Lampo. Diana Leva Luciano. Chiajio Do. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Alahenor Mehta.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who were not in attendance. Thank you.
Well, you've made it. You are graduates of the University of Alberta, and to family and friends, I think this moment merits a standing ovation. And to our graduates, I think there's another group in the auditorium that also merits a standing ovation. And I would invite you to stand and turn around and thank your family and friends who sustained you through this journey. Thank you. And now it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. And before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for a presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the U of A centenary. It captures, I think, the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university, and hopefully will spark memories of your own time here. And the song is also a display of many of U of A's talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus and Honorary Degree recipient, Dr. France Levasseur-Ouimet, and was arranged by U of A alumnus, Dr. Alan Bevan. The recording is performed by Karel Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. And I have to tell you, I've seen this many, many times, and it never fails to bring a tear to my eye. I think you're going to like it. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the graduates of the class of 2022, you have shown incredible resiliency, drive, and determination to be here today. Congratulations and welcome. My name is Janice Mcgregor, and I graduated from the University of Alberta in 1972 from the Faculty of AILS. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a U of A alumnus and to officially welcome you to our alumni family. We are more than 300,000 strong, living in some 140 countries around the world. We are a supportive, proud, diverse, global network, collectively making extraordinary contributions to the alumni community, the university, and for the public good. Together, we are change makers, community builders, world shapers. Throughout the history of the university, our world has faced many challenges, but when we stand together, we generate the solutions that make us healthier, safer, stronger, and more just. We will always be seeking, always be challenging, and most of all, always leading. Like our university, our alumni lead with purpose. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future adventures.
And now we're coming to the end of our celebration this afternoon. In closing, I'd like to offer a few words of thanks. To Dr. Rick Mercer, what can I say? Thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You're an inspiring, not expiring. It's been a long day. Inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment, and I'll add to that great humor. In accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to the University of Alberta. Thanks so much, Rick. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Aaron Moore, who also graduated today. Congratulations, Aaron. And our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Thank you. Not surprisingly, there is a lot of work that goes behind the scenes to put on an event like this. And so I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar and the Office of the Senate for their organization of today's Convocation. I'd like to invite all of you to stay after the ceremony to linger, congratulate each other, and probably take some pictures as well. I don't think it's that nice outside today, so stay in and take as many photos that you can to remind you of today. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. On top of the normal challenges of completing a degree, these past 2 years have been incredibly challenging, and I want to acknowledge your determination and perseverance that helped you get to this day. It may sound like a bit of a cliche to say we're all in this together, but the past years have taught us how much that simple message rings true. Your convocation today symbolizes what we can achieve together, how we can uplift the whole people, how we can continue to explore and pursue the truth when we unleash the creativity, the ideas, energy, and compassion of the students who are graduating today and will lead the way for tomorrow. I hope you feel incredibly proud of what you have accomplished in your years at our university. You've spent hours, months, and years listening and learning, digging into complex issues and topics, thinking critically about some of the most pressing issues of our time, sharing time with friends and colleagues, and preparing for wherever your journey will take you. In turn, we are incredibly proud of you, our newest graduates. You bring us hope for the future. You inspire us with your energy, your enthusiasm, and ideas. Whatever path you choose, I encourage you above all else to understand you can make a positive difference in our world. And I can assure you that the University of Alberta will be here cheering you on from the sidelines as each of you pursues your next hopes and dreams. Enjoy the celebration, enjoy the rest of the day, and congratulations once again.